Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm pretty and I'm petty as fuck. Hoes think they're ready, they ain't ready enough. Hey. I'm Cardi B. Who you wanna be, shawty? But it feel real. Man, she did that. I like that song. Tell her, why you mad? Let me tell y'all something. Man, listen, beefing with Cardi B, this the thing. This why I say it can be just as dangerous on the same danger level as Nicki Minaj. Child, it is what it is. Yes. What? Huh? Calling the troops. You're gonna need the troops. True story. Because although a lot of women can possibly rap better than Cardi B, okay, because the thing is, right, coming at Nicki Minaj is just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the S word. It's like career S word. You know what I'm saying? And it used to be anyway, way back in the day. You know, like some of these girls can kind of, you know, they like Megan Thee Stallion. She can hang as far as rapping goes. She got that of going for her, and then you know she got the backing. See, Megan Thee Stallion got the backing. You know, she got Jay-Z. Um, so that's a little different. But I'm not sure if these other girls who aren't being backed can survive that. You know, it just is what it is. Because once Nicki go to and back, you know, oh my God. I said, oh my God, you know. It just is what it is, you know. A lot of people can't stand in that fire like that. And so, you know, it's just not recommended. It's just not going to be recommended. And so the thing is, though, I never felt that way about Cardi B until now. I definitely feel that way about Cardi B now. I do. And now I see what happened to JT, who can rap. I'm sorry. When you wake, she can rap. She can. It just is what it is. When it comes to JT, that's my girl. She can fucking rap. Okay? Hands down. JT is a good rapper. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You know? Like, I be knowing what I'm talking about. Period. Hands down. Um, her ass can rap. But I see what happened to JT and what happened to Bia too. You know? Um, you know, they might be on a different level from Cardi B rapping wise, but Cardi B is on a different level money wise, you know. So again, it's just dangerous coming for her. Um, like she said, what she say? Baseless, tasteless. I'm a walled off 7-star steakhouse. She say, y'all some Benz bitches. Y'all just starting. Oh my God. Oh my God. I said, hold on, Gordy. I said, hold on, Gordy. You didn't have to do it like that. You, Gordy, I'm telling you, not like that. You know, child, but it is what it is. She went in. You know, she went in. Um, And like, yeah, the truth is, like, as far as money goes, she, you know, leap years ahead. You know, she steps ahead. You know, so, mm-hmm. It's dare I say it? Dare I say it? Um, she, she saw it. Borderline to Nicki, beefing with Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. In my most humble personal opinion, you just really don't want to do that, you know? Um, because it's just, I don't know, it's just something about that it's just something about, you know what I'm saying, her bag when she go to flex in that bag. And it ain't even about that. It's more so about the fact that like she just has the money, you know, to kind of sort of sway things in her favor. You know, it is what it is. I feel like you beef with Cardi B and make a great record. You know what I'm saying? She gonna beef with you and making a fantastic record. You know, just cause her money and her reach a little longer. It just is what it is. You know, her money and her reach is long. Not to mention she got, like, again, to me, Cardi B got backing too. She got backing. You know, meaning she ain't fighting by herself. You gonna need that. Yeah, no, truth is you're gonna need that. For instance, I don't think Bia has any. You see, none of them. JT don't have no nothing. They don't have, you know. That's why, you know. To me, that's why they stuff fell flat. You know, it is what it is. I hate to say it too. I hate to say it, you know, because some of these girls are so talented, but it doesn't matter. Like it's like money and sources is kind of trumping talent in this situation. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like seeing a bunch of puppies run away, whining and crying, you know, running away, and Cardi B standing there like a big dog child. It just is what it is. That's the visual that I get, you know, from these girls, you know what I'm saying, trying to go there. And then it's even more crazy because everybody feel like they skill set, right, is so much better than Cardi B's, and they on such a higher level than Cardi B. But they didn't let Cardi go in the studio with it. You know? Now, like Lotto said, she got in the booth, bitch. You know, like, that's crazy. That's crazy, you know, like for y'all to be saying y'all rap so much. You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can be the better rapper all day. Um, and you probably still don't have everything you need. Ugh. You know? And that's just crazy, child. It just is what it is. But, like, yeah. You want to beef with me? Are you sure? Diarrhea Bill? Ah, oh, my Lord. Shout out to Bill, though. That's my girl. And shout out to Cardi B, too. I like Cardi. Um, Period. You know, hands down, child. We just getting into everything going on these internet streets, and Cardi B is on tour. And let me say this too. I was wondering, cause y'all know I'm like, listen, it's hard to get things past me. Period. Cause I don't play that. You know what I'm saying? I just don't play that. Child. So, y'all know what I was thinking, and I know somebody probably already thought this. Shout out to that and shout out to them because I ain't heard it yet though. But so I thought about Cardi B and stuff on, right? And I was like, I'm just wondering, like, what if they trying to play us a little bit? Yeah, like Madden or something. And we don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? We don't have time for that. But I'm just saying, because these people, one, they they know promo. You know what I'm saying? They know promotion. Drama is promo. Drama is now marketing sometimes. So with that being said, now I'm wondering is Cardi B and Stefan's them shit, real? Is it real what they going through or is it you know what I'm saying? Child, just something that, something to get everybody to focus on that tour. Cause people be doing that. I just told y'all people be doing that. They do. Mhm. Y'all hold on right quick. Speaking of which, I had started to wonder if uh hold on, y'all, hold on. Yeah, I'm back. I had started to wonder if Glow, beef with her sister was real or fake. I'm still here. Y'all know I like to leave y'all hanging every now and then, child. Does something for my inside part. But anyway, y'all started wondering if Glow and Barilla stuff was fake a little bit. But I came to the conclusion that it's real. I sure did. Shout out to that. You know how I came to the conclusion that it's real? Um, because Glow don't have nothing going on right now. Like nothing. Um, and so like yeah, that's why I think it's real. Now, if Glow was on tour or, album was about to drop, something like if Glow had something, something really going on, a song with somebody, something, then I would kind of, gear it towards, excuse me, her being down with the program. But like now, the fact that Glow is chilling, booed up and just really, riding off of the success of her coattail, like riding her coattail a little bit. Success, I don't think it's fake. I would have though, but I don't think it's fake. Although I do think that, of course, all of this, can work out. It can work in Glow's favor. Uh, Now I have seen some people that side with Barilla in the situation, but I don't think they like are Glow fans who like or say, I ain't fooling with her no more. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I don't know. I don't get that vibe. But again, we talking about somebody. If we talking about a rapper, okay, a rapper. Child rappers tend to get away with any and everything until they support Trump. Until they support Trump, child, that's where, it get crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's where it gets slicey and dicey. Other than that, child, child. Other than that, people do not be caring for real. And then let me just say this, Barb's. I said, child, the Barb's let me down. Yeah, let's all go at it. And do not be surprised if you hear me, no, I'm serious. Let's talk about it. Do not be surprised if you hear me repeat this, okay? It just is what it is. Shoot. Because, yeah. The Barb's let me down, child. And so did, Barilla. Yeah, so did Barilla, child. And let me tell y'all, cause like, Tia Kemp went off on, yeah, like, child, just like when you don't pay the bill. Lights off. Child, she went off, okay, on Nikki and the boss. She told Nikki to get the hell on, switching and twitching down that hallway like that. She was like basically like you canceled. You jumped side, you chose your sides. I got the video right on my page with the receipts, child. She told Nicki Minaj to do like a Timberland boot and kick rocks. She did. She did. She said, you and the Barbs. Told the Barbs she'll break off that shit like chicken. Just like eating a piece of chicken. Child. And I said, ooh, eek, I said, okay, well, let me see where this is headed. Child. I said, well, let me see where this is headed. I'm like, what? Take the water, leave the what? But don't worry, there's still time. There is still time, you know. Uh, Tia, you know, Tia is really something, something. You know, like he said, yes, true story. But like, so you know, maybe, just maybe, you know, people feel like they gotta get they stuff together. Oh no, let's talk about it like Jesus said. Let's get right, let's get right, let's get right. But maybe they feel like they gotta get right, you know, for Tia. Maybe, maybe just maybe. Oh, I don't know. I do not know. Maybe they just feel like letting it slide like a Gucci shoe. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'm feeling that though. You know, like I don't know about that. Yeah, true story. Even Barilla talking about some. I'm not. If what Barilla was saying, Barilla was saying like she not going back and forth with Tia Kim. Man, I said, man. I said, that's so, you know, like, no, man. Where they do that at? You know, I'm like, where they do that at? Y'all ain't never seen the lion, David. I'm just saying, like, they just, you know, it just is what it is. But, like, what? What? Man, listen. Listen, I just see like, oh Lord, y'all want the truth? Y'all know y'all gotta be able to handle it over here with me. I can't do all of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. Yeah, no, I don't like that. True story, like I just, that don't sit well with me. I'm like, no, what? What? I said, take the what and leave the what? Like, y'all jump in my comments and let me know how y'all feel about it. I ain't rocking with all of that. Mm-mm. True story. I'm like, what? What? You know what I'm saying? I'm not with all that picking and choosing. You know, like, what? Girl, go on. Girl, go on. Now I'm like Chris Paul wife. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Like, no. Energy. Damn. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah. like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You know, like, yeah. I'm gonna need you to say something. You know what I'm saying? Like Drake said, I'm gonna need you to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, what? Mm-mm. But the good news is there's still time. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So shout out to that. There is still time. Child, I'm still here. Y'all know I like to leave y'all hanging every now and then, period. Like hanging like some dice on the rear view. Let's get it. Baby, let's get it. Y'all still hanging the baby shoes? Oh. Do y'all still be hanging the baby shoes? Shout out to that. Yes, y'all. It's 2026. We on a mission this year. Okay? It just is what it is. Like, we on a mission. So shout out to that. And shout out to us, cause um, there will be bumps along the road, you know. Um, but we gotta stay ready, and we gotta stay sharp and together. Shout out to that. You gotta keep it together. Okay, I don't know who need to hear that. But child, just like Rick Ross said, keep pushing. Oh, was that Rick Ross? Pushing. Keep on pushing. Hey, that's gonna be them. So shout out to that. I got to. They call me Mr. And catch up. Hey. Others cats, but they ain't holding enough. Hey, come on. Mm-mm. Oh man, listen, I'm an 80s baby. And you just had to be there. Oh, 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 oh. It was a time. Damn. So shout out to that. Child, but anyway, speaking of time, yeah, these folks got time. Okay, they got time. But if they don't respond, I'm telling y'all now. That's it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. Period. I'm telling y'all that. Like what? Man. Y'all go ahead and get ready to miss me with it. Just like a bus. Y'all miss me. Y'all gonna miss me. Y'all not gonna be paying no attention for real. Cause like I was like, like in your mind, you didn't get try anyway. Let's continue. Let's continue. Cause you know what I'm saying. I don't wanna. Just know I see you. Okay, period. Like Nene has said. And, it just is what it is. But anyway, Booba Stars, it's your girl, Shay Renee. Happy Monday. I'm in the building. I sure am. I sure am. Okay, so shout out to that. And it ain't always easy. It's not. Nope. Nope. I don't know who need to hear that. Shit. Nope. It ain't gonna be. It ain't gonna be. So then what? And then what? Like Jesus said. Let me tell you something. Then you gotta approach it with what you got. Period. The best way you know how. Mm, so shout out to that. Um, period. It just is what it is. Uh, it's a lot going on, but very little. At the same time, it really ain't much going on these internet streets for real. It's not. My stomach then started. It then came and started talking to me. Yeah, this beautiful morning on this beautiful Monday morning. Ugh, child, my bad. My bad. I had to put y'all on a brief hold. Yeah, but I'm back. Everybody been chilling. And shout out to that. Shout out to them. I'm trying to see why everybody felt like Beyonce had to distract somebody with her. But I said, child, I was looking in the mirror on Friday. I think that was Friday. And I was like, ooh, okay. I was like, now listen. I was like, hold on. Let me find out. I'm gonna have to tell my poop stars, y'all. Hold on. Don't call me Shay Renee for the rest of February. Y'all go ahead and get ready to address me as Roger Bob. Yeah, cause child, yes. Mm-hmm. The truth is, baby, we working with a Bob this morning. Yeah. So shout out to that. Like I could not believe that. I was like, y'all know what it is. Immediately we be like, well, dang, we want to rock it, style it. Child, I've been thought about all of that, but I don't know. Don't even think about it, child. I mean, for me, for me, I don't know what the heck I'm doing when it comes to like um a straight bob for real. But the thing is, I'm going natural, I think. Like I don't know what I'm doing right now, but I know I'm not getting perms. So like a straight bob would be out. Then I started thinking about curly. Well, I know I don't want to put nothing on my hair for real, kind of, sort of. So that's kind of out right now. So it's like, yeah, just admire the length and keep it pushing. Probably no bob, y'all. But I thought about doing me like a curly bob, but I need my hair to grow out a little more before I even think about something like that. Cause I would have to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And start playing with my hair, rolling it, and try all types of stuff. Uh, so that's that. But yes, I was like, well, I'm gonna tell my book stars like, yeah, okay, like let's stop. Let me take a minute. You know what I'm saying? And just smile and take this in for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Let me just take this in for a minute because the hair is growing, y'all. The hair is growing. So shout out to that. Let me see. Let me think. I need to I feel like I want to do a deep conditioner um sometime before the month is over with. Probably like next week for real. But I'm chilling right now. What more can I say? But I'm chilling. I got my little twist in. Um, yeah, just to get, it from all over my head like it was. Child, it was all over my head. But y'all hold on real quick. Let me put y'all on a brief hold. We got kids in the studio this morning. So shout out to that. And shout out to them. Let me go see what they talking about because I can hear them talking. Hold on 1 second. Let's see what they got going. Yeah, hold on. Y'all make sure y'all scoot up. Period. Scoot up in here like a bumper car. Hit the like button. It's your girl Shay Renee, and I'm in the building. And you know what? One thing I know, two things for sure. I'm be fresh as hell if the feds watch. So shout out to that. Hold on. Child, fresh as hell. Sure. You know why? Because I'm blessed. Period. You understand? I'm blessed. I'm too blessed for stress. Okay, it just is what it is. That's the real tea right there. I'm too blessed for stress. So shout out to that. Um, I'll be rushing down with the fans watching. I'll be rushing down with the fans watching. Hold on, y'all. I'm be Child, remember I was telling y'all about. Oh my God. The spray. Oh, I be having to make the hell out of that. Okay. It just is what it is. So shout out to that. I'm finna make some now. Child, I'll keep looking. I'm like, who is that? They're like, these people got some new maintenance people. They getting their money. Shout out to that and shout out to them. Honestly, my last spray, I didn't like it like that, child. Well, look at that. That's brand new, child. I done found the brand new. Oh, it's cute too. Got the nerve to be real cute. Hold on. Child. Well, I wonder what a glue stick says to it because I was shocked. I got a glue gun that I need some glue for recently. And like, man, why I tell y'all, squeezing for dear life trying to get something out of everything. But I told y'all, I'm at a point right now in life where like, I don't want stuff. I want the money. Does that make sense? I don't need the stuff. I want the money. Oh, I remember that. Ugh, I could not stand the smell. Ugh, that shit stinks. I do not like that. Oh, it ain't gonna be that. Oh no, it won't be that. Let me see what this is. Ugh, this thing, hold on. Child, I got so much stuff that don't even make no sense. Child. Smell like medicine. Child, but anyway. I gotta find me something to that's gross. Child, some of those oils be hit on miss. I had so many of them that I guess I didn't like right there. Let me see. I got something called the North Pole. Smell like some mint. I'm gonna get that one a try. I'm gonna give that one a try because I was just about to try something called fudge brownie. I said, I might not do that one, child, especially because I got some shit I've been needing to bake, and we ain't gonna do that one. We ain't gonna do that one, Jackie. But I'm gonna do this North Pole. It smells like man. Reminds me of Christmas time. So shout out to that. I gotta hurry up and I wanna hurry up and get this vibe going. Cause we coming up on spring. Shout out to that. I'm so goddamn happy. To be coming up on spring. Ooh, that smells good. Mm-hmm. It smells good. Cause they got it got a peppermint vibe, but it got something else too. Another note with it. It smells so good. Like a cookie or something. But anyway. I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make that and go about my day. I know y'all. Child, it is what it is. Happy Monday from your girl. Period. Chevrolet. Damn it. Might have put too much water. It's okay. Child, if you just not getting here, I'm making some room spray real quick because I need it. I need a little bit of that. Jumping off. Period. Let's see. Matter of fact, speaking of which, I need to, the people that used to order oils from, I need to see what they got going because, listen, if I was to get some cactus blossom, what is it called? Cherry blossom? I forgot what it's called. It would be over though. My favorite little scent, That Bath and Body. Child. Or even something similar. It would be really over then. But I know I had um something. I know I got a lot of shit. Like this right here say cactus flower and jade, but I know I had a blossom. I just don't know. You know, honestly, they might have that one on live. Yeah, because they be acting funny. Child, they be acting funny and they definitely be knowing what they be doing. They don't be wanting us to get a hold to that, you know, real. Cause like, ooh, they know. If the girlies get a hold to that, cause it's lots of people that make their own stuff. It's lots of people that, like, it's a whole world out there, child, of people that do exactly what Bath and Body do. You know, like they do. They be having everything that they got. Every single thing. Like when I was on my journey of when I was making wax melts and stuff like that. Child, I met so many different people that, you know, make candles. What else they make, child? Everything. People that make t-shirts, people that makes clothes, um, people that make wax melts too. What else was they making? Soap, all kinds of soaps. Bar soaps, I don't know. My bad, y'all. I'm spilling all of this damn stuff, though. I had to clean up by myself. What they be making, they make all kinds of stuff. And it's like, Bath and Body Works, them, they know that. Shit. You know, it just is what it is. They know that there's other little businesses out there. And so, like, they be having, it where certain stuff you can't do. That's why I'm trying to see why. Okay, cause like even when I was looking into clothes, right? When I was thinking about you know, doing my own clothes and stuff, clothing shit and stuff like that. Um, you know, it's a lot of people that like when you see certain shoes or something like that, they'll tell you, nah, I can't do those. I think it's something like a pattern or something. But y'all hold on. I need to place y'all on a brief hold. Hold on real quick. Yeah, I'm back, y'all. That's a lot going on. There's a lot going on today, but it ain't at the same time. It's a little bit, you feel me? Like, I blink first. Then God got me. Period. Child, that's how I live. That's how I live my life. I just live my bestie. You know, it is what it is. He run the show. Child, he run it. Like Chris Brown said. Hey, I just be chilling. What more can I say? Period. Yeah, get into it. So shout out to that. Get into it. Oh. Let's talk about it. Oh. So I definitely dropped the ball last week. I had things going on, Miss Preston girl. I did. I had shit going on. Yeah, like T.I. said, I had big shit popping. And I didn't do it. Oh my God, I didn't do it, but it's all good. I guess, you know, I'm gonna have to smash the gas on it. This week. So shout out to that this week. I'm gonna do what I need to do. So that's that. My bad, y'all. Y'all know I don't really like playing with the water too much when I got y'all on here. No, not doing my podcast, Miss Person Girl. It's different if I was vlogging, okay? So anyway, but it ain't much going on in these internet streets. And then, truth is, I ain't really even got in them like that. Normally, before I see y'all or before I talk to y'all, I've been there, you know what I'm saying? Seeing what was going on in these internet streets, child. I didn't do that. I did not do that this morning. So y'all hold on though. Hold on real quick. Okay, shout out to that. I did want to go see a little bit what was going on. Because y'all know I'm going to keep a handy dandy note. If it's one thing about it. I said if it's just one thing. So shout out to that. Now I see Chris Paul retired. I said, oh man, CP3 retired. But his wife spoke on him retiring, y'all. True story. She had something to say. I said she just had a little something to say about her husband retiring. Like I think the Clippers made some type of post about him. Child, and she said, girl, bye. I said, ooh, come on back here, Miss Preston girl. You can't just drop that dun off on us like that. Girl, you know what I'm saying? I was like, what happened was, child, y'all know I love a good conversation. I love a good conversation. Because y'all know the locals, you know, and some of them people, you know, what they be talking about. It just is what it is. Get a lot of little tea in the comments. And so they started saying something, y'all. Like, I really wasn't paying attention like that, if I'm being all the way real. But, listen. It ain't too late. It ain't too late. I will go back and get the scoop for real. Because I think something was going on with Chris and the Clippers. Before he, you know, things went south. Yeah, kind of like me. Yeah, shout out to that. Pig. I'm from the south. Okay. Yeah. Child, like, now I hope that's what song is that? I'm like, I hope that is a Texas song, because that was y'all gang. Yeah, shout out to that. Like, you got the South, and then you got Texas. Period. Okay, so don't get it twisted. What? I'm a Texas girl, hand down. What? Hands down? Yes, let's talk about it, Miss President Girl. Okay, period. Like, what? Don't get it twisted. I'm in Texas with it all day long. Yeah, so shout out to that. Yeah, it is what it is. Cause you got the South, period, which we a part of. I'm a part of. South is a part of me, type ish. And then you got Texas, okay? So shout out to that. No, it just is what it is. True story. So I'm South Side representative. What? You want the truth? Okay. Big. Getting it like that. It's straight like that over here with me. Hold on. Oh, man, I was tired last night. Ooh. That made me mad. Child, that made me mad because I forgot. I forgot that I needed to, I guess rinse out my sink before I went to bed. Like, you just pull the thing. Hold on, y'all. Child, I told y'all I'm the type of person, I don't want to see no mess. You know what I'm saying? In the morning, early in the morning, that irritates me. Yes, that irritates my soul. Like Beyonce said, or whatever Beyonce has said. Like, I know one thing. That irritates my soul. When to wake up to a mess. I don't like that. Miss Presser Girl, I don't like that. So yeah, man, I dropped the ball on the sink before I went to bed last night. I must have been tired. I had to have been tired. I didn't tighten up them loose ends. Shit make me mad. But anyway, life goes on. Let me get some breakfast going. I'm gonna go ahead and get some breakfast going for my little ones, eh? They haven't said nothing about breakfast yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and get ahead of the curve, okay? Because it's coming. You know it's coming. Shout out to that. What else is going on? A lot and a little bit. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I like when the news take a break from newsing, because then, you know what I'm saying, I get to focus on me, if that makes sense. Me, my life, real shit. Like, it is what it is. I say that all the time, though. Shit. I be like, and I'll take it a step further. Whenever the news settle down and take a break, right, I'll be like, that is God blessing content creators. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that's his blessing to content creators. Like, to just like take a break. Take a break. Take a step back. I just feel like it's his personal message. Personal message to whoever might need it. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I just, I just use it as time to get something else important done. It just is what it is. Because remember, around here, we talk about balance all the time, and like, ooh, man, people don't understand it. Sometimes learning to balance life is like a necessity. You know, like, so I don't know, like some things you can play around with, some things to me are gonna need like way more structure, if you will. I guess that's the word I want to use right now for what I'm talking about. And it just is what it is. Uh in life you need a balance. If not, something I feel like you're gonna end up losing your grip or something, anyway, that's just for me. Let me just say that this is just for me. I just feel like it's like an extra break, you know. It is what it is. It's a break. No, it's no different. It's just a break. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what it is, y'all. Long story short, it's a freaking break. Shoot, it ain't no different than when your job give you an extra day off. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it's like. That's what it feels like. It feels like a 3-day weekend. You see, when the news don't be newsing like that. Which, if I'm being real, y'all, no, y'all know I'm gonna do that. Period. If I don't do nothing else, y'all know I'm gonna do that. So shout out to that. I don't know how to fake it. No, I'm not doing that. I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, um, if I'm being real, like content creators be needing a break. They do. Let's talk about it. Some of them go so hard, nonstop, nonstop, y'all. And so, what I learned, since I got in this game is that's why, okay, that's why a lot of them like to get help. Truth is, y'all. True story. That's why a lot of them like to get help and stuff like that. Because it's just like, it's literally like living online. You know? So, for instance, have you ever saw like somebody that is serious about video games? You know what I'm saying? Like literally, like for real, like real deal serious about video games. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the type of person that like plays video games like in their pajamas, come out for breakfast, go back play video games. You know, like that's it. Like Finesse said, that's it. Just a video game fanatic. Like eat, back to the video game. Like no outside life at all. Like imagine that for a second. No, no, don't even think about it. They don't know this person. They do not go to Chipotle. Hold on, y'all. Hold on real quick. Okay, y'all, I'm back. So like, no, don't even think about it. No, this person don't they don't go out to Chipotle. They Uber it in. Okay, no, they don't go to school, and they don't go to work. All they do is stay at home and play the video game. They got that kind of luxury. And the crazy thing is, like, we all, now I'm not gonna say we all, but lots of people know somebody like that. The only difference might be that they might do go to school, you know, and they might do have a job. But in their, when they come home, all they want to do at home really is play video games. You know what I'm saying? Like, they barely do anything else. Barely have the time to sit at the kitchen table for a meal. You know what I'm saying? Barely had the time to brush their teeth real good, take good showers. You know, like, most of their focus is playing video games. Like, imagine somebody like that. That is really a lot like what content creating be like. Hold on, content creating, blogging, celebrity gossip, all of that. Okay, anybody that reports on celebrity gossip, for real, true story. That's why hold on, y'all. If I'm being real, y'all, for real, I'm keeping it so real with y'all right now. For real, that's the honest to God truth. Like I feel like it's so hard to have a life outside of content creating and blogging. Like I'm talking about people who run successful blogs, you know, and people who are successful at content creating, you know, who have already found success in that. That's why they end up adopting a team, y'all, and learning how to use a team, you know, and outsource stuff because child, they would never have a life. They would never have a life. They would literally never have time for things like dinner and man, all kinds of stuff. It can be so time consuming and so demanding for real. Like once you start seeing some success at it. For real. True story, child. And you know, uh for real. Like for instance, okay, and I'll take it a step further. Okay, so imagine your life and how it is, right? Imagine how you be online, right? Just scrolling and rolling like you do. Okay, so then imagine the people that are online like for financial gain, you know, or for work or for their coin. Child, you can imagine like their hours spent online or whatever, child, they be asking you because I don't be, you know, y'all know how they be trying to like I don't participate, but y'all know how they be trying to like hold on, y'all. Y'all know how they be trying to basically get you to monitor your hours online, like how long you been online. So imagine your time spent online versus a creator. Like, I'm sure it's probably in overdrive. Child, I know I'm going long. It is what it is. So what? I feel like this is a subject or a topic that deserves, okay? Period. Like Mama D said. Yeah, it deserves for somebody to spend a little time on it. Because truth is, you know, like, online is like, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? You know what? Really, the internet is very demanding. If that makes sense. It is. It's extremely demanding. And kind of taxing, if I'm being real, on us. You know, it demands and it requires so much of our time. That's why, shit, I be having to tell myself sometimes, like, no, you know, absolutely not. I'm taking a break. I don't care what's going on these internet streets. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah. In other words, it's really, man, it's hard to have a life sometimes, for real. Truth is. Because I remember when we was kids, our mamas used to tell us, about how we used to act like we was gonna miss something. You know, and when they say that, basically like, in other words, we was too zoned in and too focused on friends and what was going on outside, if that makes sense. We barely had time for ourselves, for real. You know, too much ripping and running and too much, you know, worried about other people. And like, so our mama them used to tell her, that we was carrying on like we was gonna miss something in life. So, and that's how a lot of content creators live their life. Like, it's I'm telling y'all what I know. You know what I'm saying? Why I'm telling y'all, I'm speaking from experience. And like, depending on who you are and stuff like that, I guess that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, hey, some people have the luxury of sitting around and doing nothing, completely nothing all day. Some people have that luxury. And when I say nothing, I mean just literally whatever you doing. You know what I'm saying? Or let me just say this, being online. Some people have the luxury of just sitting around being online all day. Some people really do. Okay, shout out to them and shout out to that Rob Kardashians of the world, child. And then too, maybe some of these bloggers too, like some of these more successful blogs. That's why I took it back. I took it from nothing to just saying being online. you know because you got some people who can literally like just get up on a get literally wake up, set up their laptop, and like that's life and work slash the entire day for them. Some people have that luxury. But then you have a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, like myself, who have other things to do. Lots of other things to do. You understand what I'm saying? Where like, you have to balance it. Like, well, I'm gonna do this from this time to this time, and then I'm gonna stop and have to do X, Y, and Z. You understand? So, child, whenever the news slow down, I just take it as a blessing. Hold on, y'all. But anyway, I had to put y'all on a brief hold. A brief hold. Y'all hold on real quick. Scoot up in here like a bumper car. Hold on. Something just popped up on my phone. A notification. It was funny. But hold on, y'all. I'm gonna press y'all on a brief hold. I'll be right back. It's your girl Shay Renee, and don't forget to hit the like button. Hey y'all, I'm still here. Just taking care of my business real quick. Hold on. Child, I'm still here, but you see what I mean? Like I'm taking care of my business, but I don't wanna. It probably would never get done if I gotta do this and take care of my business later. Does that make sense? Or put it out? Like no, sometimes it gotta happen together. Okay, period. Like a couple. Hold on. Yeah, like I tried that. Excuse me, I tried that before and it didn't necessarily work for me. As far as um, having a time slot to do content creating, and then I'm gonna have a time slot where I do other shit that I need to take care of. No, okay, that doesn't work for me. For me, I need to be able to do my stuff simultaneously. You know what I'm saying? Period. It just is what it is. So, like, yes, I in the middle of podcasting today. Episode 25. Miss President Curl had to stop and just check on the kids. Hey, how's everybody doing? Good morning. Y'all up? Everybody home? Is anybody hungry? Okay, let me get breakfast on the table. Okay? Yeah, period. It just is what it is. Like I had to stop and do that in the middle of podcasting. Like they couldn't wait. Um, it just is what it is. I could have made it wait, but then that wouldn't have felt right. So it just is what it is. To me, and life is about finding balance. Like you just have to. It is what it is. Or it can eat you up. It can eat you up and you can become food. Gay, truth is, true story. I honestly, I take it a step further. I think life is about balances and boundaries, if I'm being real. But child, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Okay, that your girl Shay Renee don't really have time for. And then plus, we ain't talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we talking about the news not newsing, right? And that being a blessing for some of us who are heavy into you know, these internet streets. Shoot, being online and all of that, all of that, all of that. It just is what it is. Yeah, truth is. Because like, y'all, this is a true story for real. And it ain't just about content creators. It's just a whole lot of people. Like just think of all the time that gets wasted online. Too. You have that too. People have all these hopes, all these dreams, all these goals that they trying to accomplish, but they distracted, by being online. So like it's a lot, child. So anyway, when the internet get boring, it's just, that's what it be feeling like. When it get boring, they definitely be feeling like a blessing. Okay. So shout out to that. At least for me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it as. I'm like, ooh, yes, child. Okay. Well, let me run here and let me do this. Because it's always something. You know what I'm saying? Being 100% real. It's always something going on. Anyway. Hey, yeah. Child, true story. And truth is. So yeah, I myself wasn't tripping on shoot, I'm not tripping on the internet. Taking a break, stepping back, shit. Letting your girl do her thing. It just is what it is. Cause life be life. And we definitely be having other stuff to do. Like me. I got some editing I need to do. I got some editing. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I definitely got some things I need to go take care of. I need to go to the library and handle my BI. Like I said, I got some editing I need to get done on something important. I'm almost done with. Shout out to that. That's good as hell. I'll be happy as hell when that's done. What else? And then there's one more thing I need to tighten up before I can get my ball rolling on. Something else I'm working on. So it is what it is. Like today would have been a really, really, really good day, to see about those things. But it's all good. I ain't tripping. I got tomorrow too, But I'm just saying, child, I'll never be too disappointed when this stuff takes a break. Do you hear me? Because, like, the breaks be needed, child. They do. When I tell y'all the breaks be much needed, they do. Sure, they do. Well, shout out to the news, though, because when they get the news in, we here. That's the thing. We here, Some of us, like we just enjoy it. So we be tuned in, you know. And that's why I said, child, whole blessing. Child, be a whole blessing when don't nothing be going on. Don't nothing be going on for real. That's how I look at it. I said it give you a chance to slow down. Like Bobby V has said. Oh, whatnot, child. I just wanna get to know you. Mm-hmm. It's 2026, you know. It's 2026, child. And like a lot's got to get done though, you know? Child, so I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. Just like, you know, for real, y'all. So, you know, one thing about it, y'all know, I caught that. You know what I'm saying? I be in these internet streets, child, heavy. But just know your girl gonna be in and out. Yes. Okay. Truth is, baby, I'm gonna be in and out like the burger place. Cause it's so much going on, y'all. It is. It's a lot, you know. The news be newsing, but life be life, and shoot, it is what it is. You got to handle your business. Don't let it handle you out here. So anyway, let me clean these little glasses up for my baby. I had to tell this lady, last week, why you reminding me that I need to pull my glasses out? True story. I don't never wear my glasses like that. But I think I'm gonna start a little more. I already know why though. I don't like the way they fit. They could fit way better. But my sister tell me all the time what she been said. Like, just go get them tightened. But I don't be doing that. But the next time that I'm in the glasses place and I got my shades on me, I'ma see what they can do. Shout out to them. I'm gonna clean my baby glasses real quick. Then give them to them, cause these kids take care of their little eyes. Shout out our doctor. He had a lot to say last time we saw him. So hold on, y'all. Hold on real quick. It's so funny, my little kids. I mean, you can see much better. Child, them ain't no real glasses. Them just the little glasses that's supposed to protect his eyes a little bit. Oh, whatnot. But anyway, superstars. Hey. It's your girl Shay Renee. Happy Monday, February the 16th, child. 2026 is coming around the mountain. This has been a really serious year for me. It just is what it is. I can't explain that part, but I don't know. It's just like I don't know. Like this is a year of clarity for me. Things are clear, and if they not clear, then let's get them clear, right? Because I'll tell you right now, like I'm kind of clear on my end. True story, child. So, but like this has been an amazing year so far, y'all, and it's only gonna get better. It's only gonna get better. Because I plan on being intentional. It just is what it is. Extremely intentional about my actions, my plans, my life. Shoot, it just is what it is. Shout out to that. Hold on, y'all. But yeah, shout out to God for blessing us with another um and shout out to everybody, just doing their best, child. That's it. That's it. Nothing they said. Child, that's it. That's all you gotta do. You know. Period. God gonna do the rest. Child got me a little something. Jumping out in the microwave. I hear it. I'm living my life with purpose. You know what I'm saying? I might make some mistakes. Period. God already told me I'm not perfect. Yeah. So shout out to that. The mistakes will be made. I can tell you that now. But I make no excuses. Okay? None. None. I don't have no excuses this year. no. It is what it is. I'm handling my business the first time. And yeah, I'm just being real intentional, y'all. Period. You know, hella, hella intentional. You know, and worried about my purpose. And Jesus driven and career focused, baby. This is a different kind of year for me. Try it's a different kind of charm. You know, um, I ain't never been so sure about some of the things that I'm sure about now, you know. So shout out to that. It took a long time. It took a long time, Booba Star. But I'm here. Okay, so shout out to that. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. This year gonna be a good one, child, cause this gonna be a good run. You know, it is what it is. This gonna be a hell of a vibe. Intentional run. So follow us it out. Shout out to everybody who is clear about it. Whatever it is. It could be life. It could be your goals. It could be the way you're coming in or going. But shout out to you. You know, if you're just clear about it. And shout out to the ones who need a little bit more time. Shout out to God for different seasons, you know. As well. Shout out to everybody that's working today. Get yours. Get yours. It ain't always easy, but you got this. Shout out to everybody that ain't got work today. You at home. Or you at school. Or you're out and about. You got this too. And then shout out to everybody that's, you know, just got home in the bed, wiggling them toes, rubbing them feet. I'm getting ready to wind down. Shout out to you and that. And then shout out to all my Pooper Star soup. I'm talking about all the ones who support me, regardless. Huge shout out to you. Big shout out to you. I pray God gives you a little extra today. Just a little extra. I won't even say, you know. It might be a little extra, you know. Who knows? A little extra money in your bank account today. Maybe you need an extra pep in your step, you know, because you got something going on, you know, which is inside part. This one's for you. You know, I don't know. You know, you might need a little extra rest. You know, a little extra growth in your hair this week. You know, a little extra love along your journey today. You know, I don't know, a little extra sweetness, conversation. Um, you might even need an extra, you know, minute. Okay, a minute. Cause that's that too, you know. Shout out to you and shout out to that. I hope you get it. I pray you get it. Okay. Just a little extra something, something. Okay. Whatever that might be. Because it all looks different. You know, we all on different journeys. Even though, you know, some of them may look the same. You know, some of them may look really, really similar. Um, Everybody's needs are gonna be different. So shout out to that. Shout out to the needs getting met. Okay. Period. Like Country Wayne said, help is on the way. Hang in there, okay? Um, God is gonna send you a little extra something, something. Okay, so shout out to that. Now hold on, y'all. Hold on real quick. Let me put y'all on a brief Hold real quick. I got about 10 more minutes. Shout out to that. Shout out to Blueface. Hold on. Yes, I said that extra little something is on the way. So shout out to that. Child, it won't be long now. I'm about to be able to get out here and run through these internet streets. And y'all know I am. So shout out to them. Y'all know I am. Yeah. I have the whole day ahead. So shout out to that. Um, um, oh, I forgot I had some clothes in the dryer. Y'all hold on real quick. Let me get my kids some news they can use. Hold on real quick. And I'm gonna check on my clothes. So hold on. All right, y'all. So anyway, I'm back. So before I get out of here, though, I think I want to touch bases on Coi Leray. Okay, Coi Leray and Justin. Child. So Coi was telling Justin that liking pictures is cheating to her. I don't think liking pictures is cheating, but I definitely think that um, you know, if I'm being all the way real, I think that liking pictures can like fall under lusting, if you will. It just is what it is. It can. And I just don't think that married people should like get into that often, if it makes sense to you. Try to make plenty of sense to me. Okay? For instance, let me give a quick example. Like me, I don't really like a lot of stuff. If I'm being real. I don't like a lot of stuff when it comes to guys. But I will say this. I'm a content creator. A married one. Okay? Period. And so like I carry myself like that. If that makes sense. You know? Child, yeah. So yeah. I just don't get into, because I can see how, in other words, I carry myself like I would want my spouse to carry himself. Does that make sense? So yeah, in other words, yeah, true story. So that's that. Okay. I do think that picture liking can be a little, it can, okay, get into like being lustful. And to me, like, that's where it gets weird. That's where you start to blur the lines a little bit. You know, it just is what it is. You know, because it is what it is. Like, hold on. Child, I'm just so over certain stuff. If that makes sense. Like, I'm over it. Like, I'm over, like, I can't explain it, child. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Sis, yes, I will get over it fast. Like, I don't, like, if it ain't working, cut it off. Please cut it off. But I'm to the point where, like, no, don't even cut it back on. Cut it off and then don't even cut it back on. You know, for real. If it's like, you know what I'm saying? Child, I can't explain it, but I don't want to hear all of that. You know, I don't want to hear all of that. Child, I'm over it. But anyway, I forgot what I was telling y'all. Damn. What was I telling y'all? What's it about? Oh, I don't even remember. crazy. I think, what was I telling y'all? What's it about? Oh, Lord, I lost my train of thought. Freak. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. So shout out to that. Yeah, da. And this is the thing too, though. Like, but you know what, too? Also, another thing, like, Coi Leray saying that her guy, or the person she in a relationship, liking pictures is like cheating to her. You know what? Oh boy, that tells me with oh boy. If you want Coi, then you need to stay your ass off the line. It just is what it is. Not necessarily off of line, but in other words, she telling you she don't want nobody that be liking girls' pictures. So don't be on there liking women's pictures. You know, plain, simple and plain. It just is what it is, you know. And he was saying that he don't think that that's cheating. Okay, understood, but you know, just understand that, like, to me, okay, she's presenting you with a boundary. Okay, this is a boundary of mine. I don't like X, Y, and Z. Please don't do X, Y, and Z. You know, in other words, it just is what it is. And shout out to Coi. Shoot, and shout out to that. Because, you know, it ain't nothing wrong with that. To me, I feel like life is about so much stuff, you know? But I definitely think life is about, like, one, okay, first, you learn yourself. Okay? Remember? I told y'all that. I was like, God, I'm going on this spiritual journey. I want to, hold on. Child, I would get over something so fast. True story. I'd be like, nope, I ain't fucking with that. I'm over it. But you know what though? And damn, y'all, hold on. Child, my bad. Ooh, child. Sometimes that's why I hate putting y'all on hold. Sometimes I do because I never know how long it's gonna last. Baby. Child, but we just about done here anyway. We just wrapping it up. I'm just chopping it up, child. I'm supposed to be gone. Truth is. Uh, and then that's another thing. Oh, that's not funny. Tell me why I think you know how you start the washer? Child, I think I did a whole load of with the washer empty. I think I did since I've been talking to y'all, child. Talking about doing things simultaneously and not that's how funny. Not doing them for real, child. But it is what it is. True story. I am about to put this load on this time. So shout out to that. But anyway, yeah, like you know, like I was telling y'all, this is what I think for real. True story. I think in life you have like it's to me, it's almost like football. You know what I'm saying? Two halves. Ain't basketball the same way though? Anyway, it's kind of like you got two halves though. You know what I'm saying? Just like they split the game up. Um, and I just feel like the first half is about like self discovery. You know what I'm saying? Everything there is to know about you. You know, I think when you're younger, it's just a lot of stuff that you don't even know about you. To hell with the world, you know, mama and what's in the books and everything else. Like all of that stuff aside, I'm talking about you. Like how well do you know yourself? Um, I feel like the first half, you don't even really know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You're really like a stranger to yourself. Some stuff you know, but you don't really know. You know what I'm saying? In depth. To me, I'm in my second half. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the half where like, no, I'm pretty much know a lot. You know, I know a lot, then learned a lot, sit with a lot, dealt with a lot. You know, all self related. And I feel like your second half is just more about like, okay, this is what I know about me. You know, this is what I'm willing to accept. This is what I'm willing to change. Stuff like that, you know. Um, and it just is what it is. Like I'm in my second half of the game. Does that make sense? You know, and in this game, I mean, in this half, I know a lot about myself. You know, like it's not like the first half I was confused or like no. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure. You know what I'm saying? Like no, I know this motherfucker for real now. You know, it just is what it is. So listen, it's hard to explain, but it's like it's like you know, it's just like when you know yourself, you're able to but you know, put the right boundaries in place, you know. It just is what it is. So like that's how I feel about Coi Leray. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Coi. I feel like Coi is in her she getting into that second phase. Okay? She getting into that second half of life to where like, no, I ain't doing too much more guessing. You know what I'm saying? This is what I know and this is what it is. And so, like, yeah, I feel like her saying that she feels like a guy liking pictures is cheating is just like Coi being sure of what she know. It ain't got nothing to do with no insecurity or nothing. It's just her being sure of herself. Okay? It is what it is. Like, this is what I like. This is what I don't like. You feel me? So, shout out to her. It is what it is. Shout out to her and shout out to that. You know, it just, what a time. Okay, that's all I can tell you. What a time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more balanced. You know what I'm saying? Things are more balanced. So now Justin he know what time it is. For real. Just like yeah. Shout out my vato. Shout out my home. They're watching me like my vato. Yeah. It just is what it is. Now he know what time it is. It is what it is. Either you rocking with that or you not. Hold on, y'all. And so here Justin is talking about he don't agree. Justin, that's cool. You don't have to agree. But what he gonna have to decide is if he rocking with that or he not. You know? What are we doing? Are you still liking pictures or you not? For real, like Black China said, is you still texting bitches? Or no? You know? Type ish. Child, true story. It just is what it is. But let me tell you something. Like, to me, that's what life is about, though. You know what I'm saying? It's about knowing yourself. Hold on, loving yourself, knowing yourself, finding boundaries, and finding people, you know, that respect that. You know, it just is what it is. See, like him, he don't have to agree, but he do have to would. You gotta respect that. You know what I'm saying? Truth is, it just is what it is. He gotta respect that. Or, you know, he can move around too. There's always that option. You know, but shout out to her though. Shoot. Because at least, you know what I'm saying? She clear on her end. I tell you, what a time too. What a time. I'm telling you something. That's a time, baby. You have arrived when you quit living your life out willy nilly and, you know, bending this way and bending that way, and you didn't know you was that tired, and you didn't know you was gonna get that upset because, yeah, man, please, you know, what a time, you know what I'm saying? Shit, you have arrived, okay, Miss Present Girl. Um, And I consider it a good ass time. Good ass time. Like, yeah, shit. Like one of your best times. The best party you ever been to. The best vacation you ever had. I don't know, maybe your wedding. You know, I don't know. Maybe it was, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you consider to have been, you know, a funky good time in your life. Shit, your team won the Super Bowl, you know, somebody graduated, you graduated, whatever it was. You first purchased your first property, uh, you know, opened up your first business. I mean, whatever, you know, milestone in your life that you feel like, yes, you know what I'm saying? I have arrived, you know, and it's worth celebrating. Yeah, shoot. That's how I feel. Um, like that's what I felt. Think it feels like when you begin to like just um, you know, like know yourself, like 100%. Like no more um well, I never thought about that. You know, like, nah, I thought about it, and this is how I feel about it. You know, well, I never been through that before. You know, whatever. Child, so shout out to Coyle Ray for having shoot, I don't know. People be calling it that a coming to Jesus. That's what it's like now. Listen, don't quote me because I don't necessarily know exactly what coming to Jesus moment is. I honestly, correct me if I'm wrong. Jump in my comments. Let me know if I'm wrong, Booba Sauce. But I always thought coming to Jesus moment meant it was just like a realization, you know, realization of something. That's it. That's all. And you know, I one thing I realized, let me tell you right now, one thing that I realized in 2025, like, you know, um, child, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day that y'all ain't got time for. Yeah, so shout out to that. I like listen, I promise you, if need be and the time is right, because I tell y'all all the time, I'm an extremely private person. So shout out to that. I am, but I will share, okay? When I feel like it could help somebody and basically I think learning yourself and knowing yourself is important, child. It just is what it is. Get to know you. It just is what it is. See, truth is, like a lot of people don't have that luxury, you know? And you know, that's why I would just say every chance you get, you know, to spend time with you and sit with certain things, you know, it just is what it is. I would tell you to do it. I would tell you to just do it. You know, start somewhere. I don't care if it's on your lunch break, you know, if it's um you know, while you're doing your laundry. I'm talking about just any time that you get to slow down and be alone. And I'm talking to the people who, feel like they don't have the time to pour into themselves. I'm telling you, yes, you do. Okay, yes, you do. You just got to start small. And the more and more you do it, uh, I feel like, you'll begin to make time and make room, if that makes sense. But like, yeah. Um, First things first, some things just gotta be clear. Some things you gotta, seek, pray over and ask for clarification. But once you just get to know yourself inside and out. Like that is an amazing and a huge amazing accomplishment, believe it or not, because I feel like a lot of people don't even have the luxury, y'all, if I'm being real. And it go back to what I was telling y'all. People are just overly, you know, uh extended, I would say. Yeah, it just is what it is. Like, man, people don't have time. Some people be so busy. By the end of their day, they don't even really know their name like that, for real. That's why I be laughing when Tasha K be saying everything is allegedly, even my name. Child, that is so funny to me when she be saying that. You know what I'm saying? For real, like that. I feel like sometimes at the end of the day, people don't even know their name by the time they get to the end. For real. Because people be so stretched out and woe out and and I'm gonna leave y'all with this last thing before I get up out of here, because it is what it is. I'm having a funky good time with y'all, and honestly, if the boys, like if I didn't have the kids today, I would have probably stayed on here for a long time with y'all. I probably could have went 6 hours. Yeah, true story. So shout out to that. It just is what it is. Shout out to that. Listen, it ain't every day of the week I'm gonna be able to do that. So when I can, I ain't mad. But no, true story. So I was listening to this lady talk. And right now I'm like, dang, I wish I would have screen recorded it, but I'm glad I didn't, because you just never know. Like, she seemed like she was on TikTok, I think, if I remember. But I can't remember, y'all. So anyway. But she was basically saying that, like, people be thinking she being funny. She was like, man, she don't have time for that. She was saying that, like, she said, something is literally wrong with me. I hated that she said that, though, because I don't claim that. Yeah, I don't claim that at all. But she was basically like, something is wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? She was like, because I just don't have... She was basically saying that she struggles with calling people back and texting. She was like, I wish I could say this whole, my phone was on do not disturb. She was like, but that's not true. That don't necessarily be the case. She was like, sometimes I just can't. I don't have I forgot what she was saying, but this is where, what I'm saying, she kind of got me at. She was basically saying that, like, sometimes, her phone will ring and it kind of shakes her up a little bit, because she was saying she just feels like she just living. Does that make sense? She says sometimes she's just so overwhelmed with just living that she just don't, have time for phone calls and texts and stuff like that. And y'all, when I say that resonated with me a little bit, it did. You know what I'm saying? Because can't explain it. But it's like sometimes a phone call can be so interrupting to my day, you know, if that makes sense. And I'm just like, I'm not always ready. If I'm being real, I'm not always ready. Oh, so the only difference between, well, not the only difference, but some of the difference between what she said and you know what she was saying with and me is the whole do not disturb. You know, I like to put my phone on do not disturb. I do. Because it allows me to focus, you know, and have uninterrupted focus. You know, it's like unlimited. You know what I'm saying? It's like having unlimited focus for real when your phone is like that. So like I like that. And I felt what she was saying. 100%. I did. And yeah, that's crazy though. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, I found my crowd. Like I'm surprised I didn't, you know, start doodling around on her page a little bit, you know, because it is what it is. It's always, I don't know, I can't explain it. But it's always just this huge relief when you find somebody that like you feel like resonates. You know what I'm saying? With you, or your story and stuff like that. But yeah, y'all, 2026 is like really just you know, a year of focus, you know, for me. A year of focus, year of peace. Y'all know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Peace over problems. I don't. You know, I don't. So yeah, it just is what it is. You know, we going upward, and onward. You know, around here, I can tell you that right now. Yeah, you know, truth is, it just is what it is. Cause like I have my shit together. You know, it just is what it is. I have my shit together. You know, baby, I'm like Cash Doll. Yay, I found clarity. Period. 2026 and 2026. Yeah, this is the year of the focused. You know, so it is what it is. May the humble never stumble. Okay. And yeah. Truth is. So anyway, Poopa Stars, this your girl Shay Renee. I came, I saw, I conquered. True story. I got up in that thing. Yeah, baby, I got up in that thing. So shout out to that. Hold on, y'all. I sure did. I got up in that thing and I didn't even really touch on that many topics today. So shout out to that. Child, listen. I mean, I'm telling you, this is the year for that. This is the year for that. This is the year for, you know, shit, whatever. You know, whatever. Like T.I. said, this is the year, like T.I. said, you can have whatever you like. It's that kind of year. Excuse me. You know, if you even was gonna think about, I'm telling you now, you don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking to my Poopa Stars. You don't have time for that. You don't. You know, if you thinking about sitting this year out, you don't have time for that, Poopa Star. I'm telling you what I know. Okay? Get your head in the game. get ready. Okay? It just is what it is. Get your head in the game and get ready. You can take a break. Take as many breaks as you need to. But you do not have time to quit. Okay? Period. You don't have time to quit. Stop and start as much time as you need to. Don't quit. Okay? I don't know who needs to hear this, but don't quit. You don't have time to be quitting on yourself. Okay? It just is what it is. Keep going. Stay focused. Stay focused. Yes, I know you got that going on. Yes, I know it hurts. I know it hurts. I know it's stressful. You see? All of that. Okay? But you got to keep going. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you got to keep going. You don't have time to be sidetracked. And I'm talking to myself too. I don't have time to be sidetracked. I don't. I've dealt with that enough. You know, I don't have time to play. I've done so much of that enough. You know, I don't have time to play pity pad. My youngest baby is getting big. You know. So shout out to that. Like this right here. Is a year for focus and clarity. It just is what it is. Hold on. Focus and grind. Grind and focus. That's all. You know, it is what it is. You know. So shout out to that. Shout out to us. Now anyway, Poop Stars, it's your girl Shay Renee. I came, I saw, I conquered. And yeah. And guess what? I think I'm coming back. So shout out to that. I sure do. I think I'm coming back. But I don't know. Child, truth is, I don't even know. You know, because I don't know what's going on in these internet streets. I'm sure it's a little something. So shout out to that. I'll let y'all know. Gotta make sure y'all scoot up though. Hit the like button. Replay gang. Y'all get up in here. Scoot up in here and hit the like button. Period. I'm about to be out, child. I'm about to be out. Oh! Let me tell y'all this one thing. So tell me why Karrueche, right? I forgot. Who was that? I don't know. Anyway. Yes, it was. It was Roxy. Roxy was asking, because y'all know Roxy and Dion got the show over on Tubi. Child, you know what? Anyway, we're going to finish this story on you know what? I'm going to finish this story on a whole nother day because my stuff going dead. Poop Stars. It's your girl, Shay Renee.